I wanted to share a little of what I've noticed lately as I am preparing, selling everything, getting ready to move abroad. We've been telling people our plan, and I've noticed almost a disconnect from their responses. And then I've started noticing this in other places as well. And I've been exploring what it means. And so let me explain. The people that we've told that we're moving have, for the most part, been indifferent. They don't get it. They're happy for us, not their thing. That's cool. A couple people have been excited and happy for us. They know it's something we've talked about for years and years. And they get it on a level that they know it makes us happy and we're excited about it, but they're also just genuinely excited to hear how it goes and want to follow along. There's a couple that think we've lost our minds, and then I've gotten a few emails from people sharing their excitement. And I think what is happening is I'm always grateful to have support. So I don't want to mistake that I don't care. Of course, we all want support, and we all want to know that the people we care about us. But as far as needing approval, I haven't needed that. And I think it's because we are so clear, and I am so clear, and it's been so many years of knowing what we want, especially me. Bruce has come around a little bit more in the last few years, but as far as this dream, it's evolved perfectly for both of us at the right time. And our son too, who is very excited. But realizing that every time I take the energy out of my own body and I let someone else control that, or I feed off of that, it also I take that power out of myself. And it opens it up for whatever. They could say something negative as well. Or when the negative feedback comes in, I've now removed that power and given it to whoever's speaking, whoever's writing, whoever's commenting. And this is a newer thing for me. And it snuck up on me to where it's almost like an extra layer of frosting. But I've already got the cake, and I know the cake, and I like the cake, and I'm good with the cake. And so while I appreciate the nice comments and the support, I am not feeling like I'm needing it or desperate for it or hungry for it. I'm okay. I'm solid. I'm good. And I think that's almost me preparing myself, because not everything is going to be perfect and rosy when you change your whole life. There's obviously hard parts, and some, like I've had one person who had the hardest reaction, just a deep feeling of loss, and betrayal may not be the right word, but just feeling abandoned by me and us. And it's someone we love more than anything in the world. So of course we would never want that, but also, it gets complicated when it's family. So having to work through that. And so maybe that's part of it, is having that be one of the first reactions. Had to, if I make it through that, I can handle anyone's reaction. So I just thought I'd share that, because take it how you will. But I think that's something that can apply to all of us for whatever it is, whether it's we're switching jobs or what our kids are doing. And we had to go through it when we decided to homeschool our second child. Our first child loved public school and loved everything about it, and the activities and the sports. Our youngest wanted nothing to do with sports, wanted nothing to do with so many of the normal things that I grew up doing and my oldest did. It was a very different way of life we had to learn to support this child. And so part of me then started pulling back from needing people's approval, because I knew in the long run we were doing what was the best thing we could do. And so, I just take with it what you will. I'd be curious if you've experienced this, or if this is, I think part of it's maybe being in my 40s and just evolving to this place. I was having coffee with a friend of 30 years the other day, though, and she made a comment and said, but ever since I've known you, you've always been able to go your own way and do what you needed to do. How do you do that? How do you come up with the strength to just have your own opinion and do what you need to do? And I'm like, my brain won't let me. When I feel like a sense of injustice, or I see everybody going one direction and I know that that's not the direction for me, there is no part of me that thinks I can just walk along with everybody. And I had to laugh. Like, my life probably would have been much easier at certain times had I been able to I'll just go along with everybody and make life easy. No. Whether it was career or timing of so many things in my life, or moving different places, cross-country moves, being an artist, being just a different view on the world, I have had to do my own thing. And sometimes it's from an integrity standpoint. Sometimes it's probably just a stubbornness standpoint. Sometimes it's honoring this internal creative being that I am, in that I do see the world a little differently and feel the world differently. But I'm so grateful now that even though most of it was not even intentional, it was simply me just learning how to tune in really early with my own knowing, that I can look back now and be like, you're right. I actually have done that. I didn't think about that. I don't know if give myself credit's the right word, but I've never acknowledged that. And it felt good for a minute to say, you're right. That is probably why I feel really in tune. It's because some point in my early 20s, I found myself in a situation where I'd given all my power away. And I said, never again will I do that. And I had to tune back into that part of myself that can rise up and not need the opinions of others to make the right choice for myself. So hopefully that can help you in whatever area you are dealing with, in just knowing that you don't need permission from other people. So many times the answer is within ourselves. Lastly, I'll share this and you can take it or leave it, but I've done this actually I just did this the other day when I was trying to decide if I was going to keep or give away something a possession that I had. And you take the item, it's an energy test. You take the item, so I'll just take this pen. You close your eyes and you hold it to your heart. And stand up when you're doing this. Let your body be. And your body will lean in. And that's like a sign that it's embracing it. Or your body will lean back energetically, like, get me away from this thing. And you can do that with ideas, with relationships, with possessions, and just holding it to your heart and tuning in. And your body will give you a reaction. And then you get to choose what you do with that reaction. But it is really interesting to see, because every single time I've done it, my mind is like, yep, I knew that was the answer. I just sometimes didn't want to think that was actually what I needed to do. So, all right, if you have anything else you would add to this conversation, please share it in the comments. I love hearing what is working for other people as well. I think we're all in this part of life learning from each other and sharing our experiences, and I honor yours as well. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up or a like. Subscribe to this channel. It's a brand new channel. I am sharing this journey of selling everything and moving abroad, and what it really feels like to be this realist balanced with a dreamer, and how to dream big but also put a plan to all of those dreams. So thanks for being here.